Okay, this is a map of Samoa, and I'm going to zoom into Asau so you can have a look at Matavai Harbour so that you know where I'm from, where my mother was born and where I'm from. Here I am, I'm zooming into the island of Savai'i. Now this is a satellite image of Asau, where my mother was born, and this is Asau Harbour. This is Matavai Harbour. On your left of screen of the harbour is Vaisala. On the bottom of screen of the harbour is Matavai, and on the right side of the harbour is Utuloa. Now Utuloa is where my mother was born. Now, as you pan in closer, this part is Utuloa. Now, on the picture here is the Lopo'o family. This is their houses, and where there is a lot of vegetation is actually where this is Tufuga's land in Utuloa in Asau. Behind here is the ili, what they call the ili or the sawmill, that is on our land. And if you pan to the left of screen, you see the Tufuga Pisa's house and Moe and Tufuga Pisa. Now this here is the wharf where all of the timber mill is, where there's a lot of rainforest pulp that is exported to countries such as Korea and other Asian markets. Now, as you go north of the island, you find there's a beach called Fo'a. Now, Fo'a Beach is owned by my great grandmother, Nive Tufuga. Now, you'll notice here there's the Asau airstrip. Now, that's the airport that is now in the hinterland, when once it was right here. It used to be located in this area right here. That's the A'au, or the reef that was all built up by the Samoan government, but it was washed away by the storm. I assume this was the Cyclone Orpha or Cyclone Val. Now that was in 1991. Now this deep channel area was dredged up by the US Navy, and also with the assistance of the Samoan government during World War II, when the US Navy were involved with the Battle of Coral Sea and Guadalcanal. They came through Asau in Samoa. Now I'm panning to the left, and bottom to the left of the Matavai Harbour is Vaisala, where you'll find Vaisala Hotel, which is owned by Samoa's regional millionaire and former Prime Minister of Samoa, Kolone Va'ai, and the Va'ai family. Now this here is Matavai area, where you'll find Masoi Niko's house. That's no longer there, but somebody else is living there now. I don't know who, but that's Masoi Niko's place right here. This is right here where I've got the hand on it. That's Masoi Niko's old house. Now this is the famous water pools of Matavai, and this is the taulanga of Asau. Now I've been to Asau 4 times. First time was in 1976, because I was born in Christchurch, New Zealand, and I was born as Timtufuga, and as Timtufuga I was born as Tim Tauwai. Tauwai Tula Tufuga is my grandfather, but my mother was born in Asau, but she was named Mima Tauwai. Now Tauwai is heralded from Apia. Now my great grandfather is Tuli Tufuga Liu, who was Leo Fionga Tuli Tufuga Liu. He was the Matai Ali of Apia in the Taulanga in Apia. Now, the confusion arises when I was born in Christchurch, New Zealand. My surname was Savai'i, which is Tufuga. Now, in the Samoan culture, you would name your child after the first name of your father, which causes a lot of problems when it comes to European culture, when they always assume the surname of your parentage rather than the first name. Now, in the Samoan culture, it used to be the other way around. Your first name becomes your surname. So, to cut the confusion, my mother is a Tufuga through her matrilineal line, but her patrilineal line, she's a Tula Tufuga, being a Savai'i. So my name at birth was Tim Savai'i, which is an Apia surname, which is Tula Tufuga. That is the high title of Apia. Now my grandmother, she's a Tufuga, which is the high chiefly title of Asau. Now I'm showing Asau because that's what we are. Now her title comes from Matavai, but we were all from Utuloa. So my mother was born in Utuloa. So she changed her name to Tufuga. That's how my surname now is Tim Tufuga, through my matrilineal heritage. Now that'll save the confusion. Now my father is from Salai Lua, on the other side of the island, which is on the south side of Savai'i. Now his surname is Amituanai. Now when I lived in Samoa in 1988 and 1989, my father instructed that I take a notary public surname change to assume his surname. So I was known as Tim Amituanai in Samoa. Got it now? Now, when I came back to Australia, I changed my name back to Tufuga, Tim Tufuga. So I went to New Zealand and officially changed it back to Tim Tufuga, because that's who I am.